Hi everybody, my name's Rob Scott from UC Today, and this session is in partnership with RingCentral. Today I'm joined by founder and CEO of Cancer Central, Avril Chester, who is going to take us through how RingCentral transformed her business communications. Welcome, Avril.
Oh, thank you very much for having me, Rob.
My pleasure, my pleasure. So thanks for joining me. I'm really excited about this session because you've got a great story.
Thank you.
I think the best place to start would be just to ask you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Cancer Central, please.
They're more than welcome. So hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. As Rob alluded to, I'm founder and CEO of Cancer Central. And the aim of Cancer Central is to bring together all that wonderful information out there, businesses, charities, information of those who support those affected by cancer. So effectively, it's a connection. We're here to connect you to those local businesses. Who are the hairdressers that cuts the wigs? Who are the taxi services that help with the daily radiotherapy sessions? Where is the travel insurance now? This is about centralizing that information. So we're right at the start. Obviously, it's a little bit of a challenge, but that's really the concept and what it's about.
Thanks, Avril. You've got a rather unique concept over at Cancer Central. So can you tell us a little bit about that kind of journey that you've been on over the last couple of years, please?
More than happy. Yeah, so for me, when I started Cancer Central, really the idea got born out of when I went through breast cancer myself. But being a technologist, I like to think I could search for information, and I found that I was struggling. And that's really where I started thinking, hang on a minute, that, if I'm struggling, how's everybody else dealing with this? So when I sort of started to go back to the workplace and I was back on sort of CIO roundtables and talking to not-for-profit sector, I asked around, hi, does a solution exist? Can I help? Can I support? And I realized it was a bit of tumbleweed. I couldn't find it. So I set off on the journey in 2018 in the January. And one of the most foundational principles of Cancer Central is I never ever want it to be based on my journey. Too many people are affected by cancer, and I want this to be an opportunity for people to play a part, to give their skill set. So whether it's an idea, whether it's a hackathon day, whether it's development, whether it's design, whether it's legal, all of this has been built together as a community. It's something I call cominnovation, which is community plus innovation, because it's all been built through pro bono. So fast forward to where we are today, we've received over 30,000 donated hours by over 200 individuals and 30 organizations. We have core strategic partners of which we are their sort of CSR, so Techfinium, Rock, Amido. We're just meeting up with a company called Structure. It's incredible, and all these companies and individuals get the concept, want to help, want to build this platform to make it easier for those affected by cancer. And of course, RingCentral, which is what we'll be talking about next.
In terms of how you communicate with your partners and everyone within your ecosystem, could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Cool. So initially when you start up, you don't really have much. You have a little bit of an email address and, you go along to your face-to-face meetings. And I was just trying to discover how to create something and build up this community of support. And as we sort of launched a product, and we used a few of the key tools for just tracking kind of requirements and stuff. But communication was a really big thing for me. We're predominantly all built with external members. My board, my advisory panel, nobody sort of works for Cancer Central as such. It's not like that sort of traditional organization structure. So one of the communication things I struggled with in the early days, certainly before RingCentral, was how do I make it easier to communicate? How do I share documents? How do I just quickly message someone? How do I, even just doing video calls, I just didn't have the facility and I didn't have the money even to sort of do that. So certainly the whole, it's a lot of external people. All of our teams are built from completely different members of different organizations. That was my challenge.
So would you say it's more of quite a collaborative environment? You're always, looking to communicate, but also kind of collaborate at the same time, would you, with your
Very much
community?
so. It's all about innovation. It's all about coming up with ideas. It's all about people going, hang on a minute, I've seen this, or I've heard this, or someone else has had a different experience and they put it into the pot and we see how we can help that user journey. So it really is about creating that collaborative mechanism that everything really is external. Everything's external to the organization.
Great. So you're a digital business.
Mm-hmm.
You're working with lots of external parties. In terms of what you were looking for, what kinds of features and functionality were you looking for from a communications platform?
I think actually a lot of people probably now will relate to this, especially now we're all in sort of a lockdown zone, and what's really important. But for me at that time, it was the ability to just simply have more than one person on a phone call or more than one person on a video call. It wasn't through WhatsApp kind of thing or anything like that. I needed to have different parties to talk and have a proper project meeting that was from 5 different organizations. The next thing was about sharing documents. We just, at the moment it was very much, hi everyone, here's the next stage of the document that went to every email, and then you're trying to, which one are you on? I'm on this version. It's a typical kind of, we've all experienced it, haven't we? So having a really essential place to store documents for me was really important. But also it's message. Have some fun. We're cancer is obviously a very difficult topic. But we're all about the positives, the positive about us all coming together to create something, the positive that there's all this support and resource that you may not have known about to support you. So I wanted some fun in building this, and with IMs you can have gifts, you can do things, and just create that team spirit, because it's people's spare times. It's, they might be able to do a bit during the day, sometimes it's the evening, sometimes it's the weekends. People are doing this out of the goodness of their hearts, and with the other companies involved when they're doing CSR, it's a short period of time. So I need to build that team spirit really quickly and get everyone to gel very quickly, and everyone wants to. And I needed that kind of collaboration tool that fostered that really nice, fun team spirit environment when people probably won't meet again.
Christopher, are users generally connecting in from fixed locations, or could they be, out on the road? Or could they be anywhere?
So yeah, it's a very good point. That could be anywhere. And actually, one of our strategic partners, Techfinium, their developers are in South Africa. So we wanted to have a chat with them and for them to be a part of this as well. And we didn't want it to be sort of location specific. We didn't want it to be very fixed or rigid, which is where RingCentral has been a real godsend to us, to be honest.
Yeah, so it sounds like experience is really important to you. What's the response been like from the users on the platform?
So they've been absolutely lovely, and it's about managing expectation. We're still a startup, we're still growing, we're still learning what people's questions are. It's being built with a conversational search called Av, and I always joke she's in diapers. She's learning from you. What's your question? What's your cancer question? And we've built a connection in with NHS through their APIs. We're learning who the local services are. So from their experience, they like the fact that we're a community. We're being built by a community. We're not a corporate. We're not sort of characters coming up with a solution. We're all people coming together at different times to create this. And that creates a really friendly, nice environment.
Great stuff. I was going to come on to Av, your conversational interface. Tell us about Av. It's quite an interesting story here, isn't it?
So yes, you can probably tell it's semi-related to my name. So my board were really keen on calling her Avril, and I was like, that ain't happening. I'm not talking to myself. But they wanted it to be a reflection of me and the concept that come up. And actually, the conversational search, the concept of the conversational search, came out of our very, very first hackathon back in April 2018. We had a wonderful reception and people coming along for the day. And they created the environment to think, hang on a minute, more people are asking questions. More people want to find stuff through the way of questioning. For example, I'm going into chemo, what do I need? Now, we're still building the right type of responses. So, here's sickness, here's hair loss, here's, nutrition advice and things like that. And the AI behind the platform, we'll do in time is start to draw up those responses that you just don't know about. I mean, I talk about things all the time. When I went through it myself, you find out information per chance because someone told you, because you so happen to be in the waiting room at the same time, and not I was lucky to find that bit of information out because it felt very circumstantial. Whereas I want to take the luck out of it. I want to help draw. Well, this is near you. This is what it is. So, we are developing her for something else at the moment. A little bit of a confidential project, which I can't wait to share with you all. So she is growing up. She's being changed. She's next generation when she comes out on this next project. So we will go back to Cancer Central and evolve her and move the tech on, and you'll start to see some differences there.
So what next for the business? Will the RingCentral platform continue to, adapt to your needs as you go forward?
Absolutely. And if I may just very quickly do a little thank you to Twilio as well, because Avril, you can text her now. So that's quite exciting to talk about experiences. That's from there. But for RingCentral perspective, genuinely heartfelt, massive thank you. We've been operating for about a year before they came onto the scene, and they very graciously and kindly offered a license to us so we can operate, and it's all pro bono, so we can get together with these other organizations so that we can collaborate and continue to collaborate in a more effective manner. What's really great is we've got our little teams area with all the different people across the different organizations that are part of it. We tend to text in the evenings. That's obviously everyone's got their sort of day jobs, but the platform for me and what RingCentral have provided has just been great. So thank you, Ian, who stepped up at the Charity IT Leaders Conference in October last year. I'm really grateful. And for Cancer Central, I alluded to a secret app project that'll be coming out soon, but we're working with new partners now, and we've got some new wireframes. We've got some very exciting branding work underway. Again, all pro bono, because people want to help the experience. What we've done is we've redone the user journeys, looked at how we can improve the information coming back. I'm super excited. I joke, I'm trying not to be a bit of a diva, because when you sort of see something so cool that a media's produced something really cool with their user journey, I'm like, I want it now. Can we go live now? And of course, we need to build it. We need to find the partners. We need to go there. And we will. So watch this space, everyone. Next couple of months are very exciting for us. And thank you to all our partners who are involved. It's all thanks to you, and it's only possible thanks to you.
Great, thanks, Avril. It's been really great speaking to you today. You shared some wonderful insights. You've got a fantastic not-for-profit social enterprise there, and it sounds like you've got so much going on. I love technology, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers do also. So great to hear some of those kind of use cases for RingCentral technology and others. So I'd like to thank you for your time. Thanks to RingCentral and to all the viewers watching. If you've enjoyed today's session, we'd really appreciate a like or a share. But we'll see you again soon, I'm sure. Thanks very much.